As we're looking at covenant, I know we talked about circumcision last time and some other things that are signs of covenant. I want us to understand, though, that we have to change our mindset to stop thinking like we've always thought, especially coming out of Christianity, like we're thinking about, well, I made an altar call, so now I'm in the club, so to speak, or I'm saved, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I've done some other, the sinner's prayer, or whatever you did. Okay, I don't know what you did. Or you got, baptized. None of these things are covenantal. The covenant that we talk about as far as relationship with the Father and the Son leading into the kingdom life forever, that covenant is going to be renewed according to Jeremiah 31. Not a whole brand new one brought into place. But the reason it's called new is because, guess what? The other one was broken, so we need a new one. Okay, if you and I have a contract and one of us breaks it, we can choose to go ahead and write a new one. But we're going to need to write a new one after the first one was broken because that one's no longer valid. It was broken. You were told all this stuff from a Gentile, Christian, other sort of dispensational point of view. You're going to have to totally scrap all that and relearn what covenant is and who it's with and how it works. And it's really not really that complicated. It's very simple. We agree to trust that he knows everything and loves us so much that we can do nothing we need to do but trust him completely. So everything he says to do, if we do it, we should be great. If he says not to do it and we don't do it, we should be great. And we trust that he'll take care of every need if we do that. That's the relationship. The Father expects us to know what we're getting into and understand our obligations. And that's why he says it's not a complicated, deep contract. You know what? When you do your vows at a wedding, even if you do the standard vows, it's like sickness and health and this and that. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. Father's is very simple. You do everything I say, and I'll take care of everything. That's the whole contract. You obey diligently everything I tell you to do and not do, and I'll take care of everything. But what are you really saying with because I said so? I can't explain this to you right now. I'm tired of arguing with you. You need to just trust me. Isn't that really what you're saying? But the problem is your kids don't believe you're always right either, and that's why they don't do it to you, just like you didn't do it to your parents, because you can't really trust and believe that they're always right. Well, you know what? Human beings aren't always right. And then if we act the same way towards our Creator, now we have a problem, because he is always right. All of us got excited about wiping away tears and peace and shalom in our lives and healing for our injuries in our relationships and living forever and not having to, think about just this scary nothingness of death, but there's a thing that comes after that. And we're all excited about all those things, but we're not really that excited to really understand what gets you there. And here we see, which is wonderful when you're reading Scripture, to see something that was promised and made in covenant as an oath, etc., then actually happening. Here we see this is the fulfillment of Genesis 15. They have been in the slavery situation in a land not their own. And so now he says he heard their groanings, and he remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now we're going to see a lot and especially we see this in Leviticus chapters like 16, 17, 18, 19, like that. We see there are a lot of places where Yahweh likes to go through a process of making sure you know who you're talking to. And anybody have this, like, because I'm your father, or your mother goes, because I'm your mother, in case you forgot. Like somehow that was a question and a doubt in your head. Okay? But Yahweh's saying, look, just in case anything's not clear, I am the Creator. You are guarding his commands, and that you have set yourself apart. You're not like the other nations. You're not doing what they do. You have a contract and a relationship and a covenant. It's just like when I married my wife, I set myself apart from all other women. She set herself apart from all other men. We have a contract. I hold her up in this high esteem above all the other women. She holds me up in this esteem above all other men. That's what Abba was saying here through the covenant thing. He says, I'm going to hold you up above all other suitors, all other peoples, all other nations, but it's because we have a covenant, we have a relationship.
you.